For
23 deep.
back Sunrise Pool.
Who wants to recap last session for a possible hero point?
Not everybody all at once.
It was
I did the last one. It was so good.
Oh wait, now I remember. We were escaping the aftermath of killing the president. The captain of the guard and her guys started coming through, and we tried to weasel our way out of it, which weirdly enough worked until we met the snitch. And then people turned on us, so we had to escape into the evil magic hole. We escaped into the evil magic hole and did some healing up. Then we returned from said evil magic hole, and we were confronted by a bunch of evil gods. Evil god of nature, evil god of death, evil god of whatever you guys saw. Yeah, a bunch of evil gods. We may have pissed some of them off. We as a collective. We as a collective.
We pissed them off.
But we did realize that we needed to go, that the gods were convening in some kind of council to deal with the traitor, and we were going to go influence them in a way to tell them to go, clean up after their own mess. And then we were heading towards Sunrise Port because that was close. Had a ship or something that would have taken us to said island place where gods were, and that is what I remember.
All right.
lovely. As you stated, a lot of spirit stuff happened, and then you guys
Evil gods.
You guys met back up with the really the Red Teeth and Fish, who Fish made a call to Dimont. And
That's right.
so you guys would be set to have a meeting with Dimont to try to help him. For him to try to help you ascertain transport via the port. So you guys decided to take Dano with you up to Sunrise Port. So
Yes,
you guys went for it. Went out to Sunrise Port and just parked the car. Dano has an address for where Dimont is located, and obviously, Bessie, being from Sunrise Port, has some familiarity with the city. I will put up a map for you guys of Sunrise Port and some various points of interest.
Oh.
points of interest.
Let me see the map. Now look at it. Let's see it. The Wicked Tree Bar. Well, clearly we're going to number 8 first.
Field market. Do you have money to buy things?
We never do. Doesn't matter.
We have gold. We have like 800 gold. If someone has
800
it.
gold?
Didn't Carmine give us like 800 gold?
He did at some point, yeah. I don't know who has it.
Yeah. I have 136 according to my thing.
I have 3.
3?
You came in late.
So it's, what would you guys like to do? You guys have arrived in Sunrise Port. I'm gonna say you guys came up from like the main road in the south. So, what would you like to do? This music is
Well,
a little loud.
so let's take a tally again as to what our objectives are here. So we need to meet with Dumont to get passage
Dimont.
for
May, it's Dimont.
Dimont.
I know you don't understand fashion, May, but it is Dimont.
Dimont.
Dimont. D-I-M-O-U-N. Oh, Dimont.
Number 3
Diamond.
on the
Okay.
map.
So we're gonna meet with Diamond.
Diamond.
We need
Diamond.
to secure passage that way. We know that we're about to fight a whole bunch of evil god things, and we need potentially some kind of.
whoa. We're gonna fight these gods? No, we're just gonna talk to them, May.
And we're gonna
Yeah.
tell them to piss off and get out of this universe forever, right?
No.
I mean, okay, we'll table that discussion for when we actually talk to them. Do we have any idea of how far away this supposed place is from Sunrise Port? Like, are we talking a couple days? Are we talking weeks? Are we
It
talking?
would probably be a couple days journey.
So we may need supplies of some kind.
What kind of supplies do we ever need?
Oh, May, I knew I liked you. Let's go shopping. Actually, I think that
Alcohol, anything.
I would like to go to the Wicked Tree Bar where I met Jeffrey.
The
That's where you
Wicked
met
Tree.
Jeffrey?
That's what I'm deciding right now. That I met him at the
Gotcha.
Wicked
Did
Tree
you
Bar.
notice that?
Met him at a
Yeah.
bar. And you've named one. So.
Yes, I mean that's fine. Yeah, I don't.
Are there any other objectives that we're looking for here?
Not really.
I want to try and find my brothers.
So we're looking for information is another thing. We know that there is now a dead president, and it has at this point been a day or two. I feel like that would be news, and that there should be some kind of information on this that we should be trying to get a pulse on here.
That's true. Can we kind of like
Let's go right
make
to the
a
barracks. and see if
perception
we're
check
looking.
or something to see if there's like flags hanging at half mast or anything like that?
Yeah, make a perception check as you just walk down the street.
What's the general vibe? Are people elated? Do
That's
people look
natural
worried?
2,
What?
17. Natural 2, 17.
22.
I'm ill prepared
All
for
doing
this.
perception checks. Let's do it.
22.
24.
You some bitch.
That's cocked.
I have
Okay.
plus 16 in perception.
We can always ask people. I can't ask nicely, but we can always ask people.
Let's just see. I have a dirty 20.
That's the worst roll.
Dirty 20. Okay. So then I'm gonna say that like Luca is really the only person that notices. As you're walking up like the main street, you can see there are like people like there's not like flags at half mast or anything like that, or riding or anything like that. You also don't see like shroud soldiers around, but you do see people kind of like flocking east towards town square. Like you see, like there are just like because it's a pretty crowded city, so there's a lot of people on the streets. But you do see like you notice an influx of people headed that direction towards town square.
That seems to be a
I'm
happening.
assuming we entered from the main road on the bottom left.
Yeah.
I mean, we gotta go that way anyway.
That's true. We're close to the Hartpool neighborhood.
Yeah, Hartpool neighborhood, just like a residential neighborhood.
As we were driving up, I'd like to say that I adorned like a wig and very heavy makeup to try to like disguise myself so people don't immediately recognize me.
I start flying.
You better not.
Look what I
You
can
guys
do.
invisibility at the same time.
Guys, be cool.
So what would you like to do in this moment?
Let's check out town square, I guess.
Was
right?
Luca telling us that?
That's up to Luca.
Yeah, of course I share my knowledge with everybody.
Yourself, you
I make them feel stupid for not realizing it themselves.
This is, you don't obviously see all those people running over there. Like, what the
I mean, I
fuck?
guess you don't know exactly
Obviously
where they're heading. You
walking-
just see people heading in that direction.
Yep, you see him heading east, and
Like, oh,
Yep,
looks like
I
everyone's
let you know
going.
very snottily.
I'll elaborate like that. It seems like they're heading towards Town Square or the marina, so let's head towards Town Square first.
gotcha. Okay, cool. So you guys, you head towards Town Square. Like it said, as you get closer and closer, a large group of people start crowding, and you can kind of hear, like, there's obviously like a more booming voice over everyone else, and every now and then you hear the crowd is like cheering and then booing in response to what some guy is saying in a louder voice. You come closer. There's a guy standing on like probably like a wooden box. He has like slicked back hair. You guys can like kind of push through the crowd. His face clean shaven. He has like a really nice like navy suit on. He's got a gold tie. He has a finger up to his own neck, and he's talking, and his voice is just like sounding like really loud over everyone, almost like a magical effect that he's putting on himself. And he yells out through this effect. He says, "I understand times have been tough, but things are changing. Word has made it here from Mistmore that the president is dead. We users of magic no longer need to hide in the shadows from this corrupt government. We must put an end to this once and for all, and march on High Reach. Apprehend those left of the Shroud, and execute them for their crimes against our kind. They have fled our city, but not our sight." And there's like a loud like cheering of people.
Cool.
then
So
And then he says, you must understand that the Bygone Order had to wage war cautiously and quietly, but no longer. Sunrise Port is under the protection of the Rusted Watch, from those that seek to extinguish the lost arts. Keep your faith in our order, citizens. We will bring a rise of peace and prosperity for all! And people just start cheering. He steps down from his box. A woman steps up like after him, and she's in like a burnt orange colored dress, almost like matching hair, and steps up and shouts, "All those that wish to volunteer to march on High Reach and stand beside us in this fight, please speak with my associate Cal over there." She points to a man in a plague mask sitting behind a small wooden table with a sign hanging over it that says, "The Shroud is awful, prove me wrong." Yeah, and that's all she says. There's just kind of people gathering. A couple people like line up to go talk to
Cal.
Do I recognize any of these people?
Make a society check. I don't get to use that one very often.
15.
No, you have no idea who these people are.
So I only recognize Freddy and you all. Are these buddies of yours, or?
You think all of us magic people know each other?
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, they
Wow.
literally said they were part of the same thing that you guys say that you are, so.
Yeah, let's should we go up and talk to them?
Sure.
Okay. I'll walk up to the lady.
And they should be licking our nut sacks, right? We're
They don't know who we are.
We just paved the
Well,
way.
I'm about to announce it.
You walk up to the lady.
I'll walk up to the lady first.
You see that like there's like a crowd of people around her. She's still standing on the box, and she sees, she's saying to everyone, kind of, yes, all volunteers to Cal over at the table. He will get you information.
I'll message her
Need a distraction.
Okay.
and I'll say,
Soup beats her.
I mean, okay, hold on. Is it safe to assume that they know that the feral hand defeated the president?
I mean, he was in Mistmore, and that's where we are, right? So
Yes, so like the Feral Hand is the sect of the Bygone Order in Mistmore.
Yeah. I will message her and say the Feral Hand is here and wishes to speak with the Rusted Watch.
She says, please, if the Feral Hand is truly here, speak with Austin, and he will be happy to converse with you.
Who
Our
dat?
name is cooler than hers.
Who?
Austin, the gentleman with the black hair.
The guy that was
The guy
doing
that was the gentleman that was speaking right before I was.
Okay. I don't want to immediately go up to him and make it seem like we beelined for him, so let's just
Let's play
mosey
cat.
around.
Make Austin. After
Didn't
we
see
run
you there,
over
Austin.
like in half an hour or so.
Yeah. Are you Austin?
You speak to him.
Yeah.
you know my
He
name?
reaches out a hand and he says, "Austin Emery, at your service."
Sue Beatsworth.
Oh my.
Pleasure. So are you the leader of the Rusted Watch?
He says, "That I am, Miss Beatsworth. What can I do for you?"
You said that the Shroud has fled the city. You think that they've gone to High Reach?
Yes, that is what I've said. We believe that the Shroud, not having any sort of leadership at the moment, with the president recently being deceased, have fled back to the capital, and I am assuming are awaiting orders or resigning their posts. I don't know, but we are going to find out. We are going to gather an army here, march on High Reach, and kill every single one of them.
Okay.
I don't hate it. Don't hate it.
I mean, I guess I don't know, should we tell him who we are,
I mean, you already did.
guys? No, I didn't.
Say
I
what?
said that my name is Sue Beatsworth.
I know.
I
that's what
mean, I don't
And
see
swearing.
much of a reason in hiding it at this point. Worst
Well,
case
the question
scenario,
is,
we rip them in
are we
half.
good? Are we trying to help these people or not? Do we think they're also doing too much? Kind of like the
Dread Legion.
yeah, them.
Well, the
I mean,
Dread Legion
they
wasn't a
haven't
part of the
suicide
Bygone
bombed
Order.
anyone, so that's a pretty high mark on their side right there, just by starting. And we did work with the Dread Legion anyway, so
Was the Dread Legion a part of the Bygone Order?
no.
But the Rusted
just
Watch
terrorists.
is.
The
But
Rusted
the Dread
Watch
Legion was
is-
also talking about killing
Yeah.
innocent bystanders and prisoners.
I feel like the Bygone Order all kind of have the same. I don't know.
He says, if you're looking to volunteer, my associate Cal is taking down names and will give you more information about when we plan to leave. Once we decide that, any further meetings we may have.
You have a plan? You're just gonna march over there, or do you have a plan?
We're working on it. We're working on a plan.
Well, I have it on good authority that it's not just men that are trying to take over. So you might want to be a little
Women too.
tactical. If you're familiar with Noaris at all.
Noars, the great spirit of invention. Of course I'm familiar.
She wants us all dead.
That
It is not just the power of men
Can't
that are
be true.
after us. It's the power of the spirits as well, so.
what proof do you have of this? The spirits are the ones that imbue us with power. How could they possibly not be with the Bygone Order?
I think we're just telling him at this point, are we not?
I mean, yeah. So the spirits are actually dicks, and we need to.
Okay, alright, May, just no. Noaris actually, we think that Straub had been dead for quite some time, and the Noirs was using his body, as we saw him leave his body when we murdered.
When we
Is
killed
that what
him.
we thought? I thought he was just accepting their power and acting as like a spiritual, very
I mean, that's
conduit
also
kind of
possible.
guy.
I think he like overtook him. But
He might
Oh, no.
not necessarily be dead, but they overtook his body, like his.
Some crazy spirit shenanigan was happening on. By the way, we're the barrel hand, obviously. What?
Oh.
Yeah, we killed him,
What's-
so we were there.
He
Anyway,
starts shaking your hands. He's like, obviously you've done great work in Mistmore, given the recent news.
yeah, it was pretty great.
Miss More Colden. What was the other town we were in?
Greenflower.
Greenflower.
All us, mostly.
I see you're well-traveled.
Yes, yes.
Your reputation precedes you, for sure. You are the reason that the Bygone Order has the upper hand. I just think it's time that we utilize it.
Cool. So, do we have any information before you launch this counter attack as to where they are, what their forces are like, or are you just kind of blindly charging in? Because this all happened like what, 2 days ago?
Everything is happening very quickly. We are hoping for support from Nuna in the Tattered Banner. The main news, I'm not sure if you've heard or not, but the recently appointed new general of the Shroud might be planning to act in the late president's stead. Maybe even
New
run for
General of
office.
the Shroud, you say?
Yes.
Who was that?
That is Beck Barton.
You don't
My
say!
face fails.
Hey.
So we are hoping.
Becca Barton, you say. I hear he's got a whole slew of offspring.
He does, and we hopefully will exploit it as a weakness and march on High Reach and take him down. We will take them hostage if we need to, and then when he is at his weakest point, we will just slaughter them all.
I feel like some kind of scandal at this point in time could definitely have broken their forces and prevented this chain of leadership issue.
We'll never know.
What if someone would have thought of that
Do
idea?
you know
much
if
earlier?
all of the Bartons have left town?
I have not I've not heard from them. They have not, as you can see, if just by walking around, the Shroud has not been marching on the streets. I am assuming that at least General Barton has left his compound for High Reach of his children. I'm
Perhaps
assuming
we
they
should go
follow.
see what we see there before our meeting, gentlemen. And May.
May.
Yes, I mean High Reach is, I'm guessing, not necessarily close to here. It's not something we can just travel as part of the same day, or is it
I would say probably not. Yeah, it would take you a
Yeah.
little bit of time. I mean, probably a day or so.
We have other meetings to attend to, May, that are also vital.
You're saying me?
Yeah. Like, I don't know that we have time to go up to High Reach.
I thought that's what you were saying, was that you wanted to go and
No,
I thought
no,
that
'cause we have to meet with Dimont. We have to go meet the gods, talk about what they're gonna do with Noaris before we can decide what we're gonna do with High Reach. I feel like
you
with
guys are staying in town before you go to your High Reach thing, right? You guys aren't marching tomorrow. You guys are still doing your recruitment setup and everything.
Still recruit. Yeah, I'm sure it will
Cool.
take us a
Keep
few
doing
days.
that for right now. Gather as many forces as you can. We'll talk later.
Same.
We need to go have a group meeting and figure out what we're doing. You guys, good work. Yeah.
who's on your team? So we've got Cal, Austin, Emery. Who was the lady I spoke with?
Lena Song. It is unfortunately just the three of us that are left here in Sunrise Port.
You guys got the big booming kind of magic thing? Because it took like dragons and shit for the other place.
We are capable.
You gonna yell really loudly at them?
No, we have much more than yelling.
Okay.
By the end of this, they will feel.
I'm sure staying safe here in Sunrise Port with them under your thumbs, you are quite capable.
He does say, yeah, it's just the three of them left in their sect.
Where's everybody else?
Where can we run into you again? Where do you guys meet up?
He said, we normally we have a small hideout.
I
In the
love that
Farhalla.
Carmine thing you just put up. That must be new.
He says, we normally have a hideout in Far Hollow Forest. It's where we have meetings and whatnot. So, but here, and he passes out like a business card to each of you that has like his number.
Cool.
Very nice.
So if you need to reach me,
All right. Well, keep up the good work.
There's the map. There's high reach. It's way down south.
he says, yeah, we will continue our work from here, and hopefully you'll be able to join our forces and march on the capital.
We will definitely be in touch.
Happy recruiting.
Great. Anything else you want to do here, or you want to head out somewhere else? I can put the map back up.
I feel like we need to have a team meeting as to this whole general situation.
I think
General situation.
You could literally find a quiet corner to do
Yeah.
that if you need to.
Perhaps the old Shroud Barracks.
So,
I'm-
Bessie,
I thought we were
Or-
going to the bar, the Wicked Tree Bar. Bessie's got ties there. I mean, sorry, Sue's got ties there.
I'm having a hard time
Yeah.
seeing the numbers on this map.
Yeah, sorry.
I can't find.
I can fix that.
I can't find 2. Oh, I see it now.
This is right in the
it's
middle.
north.
If you guys want to go to the Wicked Tree Bar, I'll be right behind you.
What
Where
are
are you
you?
gonna go?
Why are you always doing something sneaky?
I'm not trying to do something sneaky. I want to go to my home, and I don't want you guys there.
Huh?
If you get attacked,
Almost
Or at
like
least not
it's
all of us there. What if
sneaky.
my brothers are there and you have to attack my brothers, and then one of you kill my brothers, and I don't want you to kill my brother. So I just kind of
So
want
if you
to.
go missing and don't come back, we're just.
One of you can
supposed
come
to-
with me. I just don't want all of you to come with me.
pass.
We don't have a lot of time before our meeting with Dimont, so
Do we have a set meeting time for Dimont?
No, you just
Oh,
know he's
Steven,
willing to
no,
meet
we're
with you. Oh yeah, Dano was there too.
So we have
Yeah,
Dano as well, but
Take Dan.
uh,
you want to split
Take
off
Dan with
the
you.
group?
I mean, if you guys want to go to the old Shroud Barracks to see if you can gather any information as to what's going on in High Reach, we could do that.
No, we want to kill your brothers.
Yeah.
Come on, let us kill your brothers. No?
We're gonna kill
No.
ourselves.
I feel like we should all just kind of discuss the giant elephant in the room that we are going to have to deal with this in some way.
Hey,
shape, or
don't
form.
call Dano that.
Jeez, I haven't known you that
We've gone
long.
for a while.
It's okay. It's okay.
I know I've put on
Have
a
a
couple pounds.
Have a drink and go back to that. So
That.
here's the more alarming issue is that if Noaris decides to do to your dad as he did to Straub, we're kind of gonna be out of luck in terms of saving him, I think.
I understand.
We've got
I will make a phone call.
Wow, that we're gonna conjure up for this one.
Okay.
A different animal. It's not even gonna be a shark.
It's possible that maybe if we can keep Noaris distracted by this whole summit thing, that we might be able to avoid that particular issue. Getting the spirits, gods, whatever, to screw off and deal with their own issues. We could potentially then have only our world of man problems here.
Then
And
what
then
if
it's just
something that could bother Noaris to the point where she'd lose focus on
Yeah, I mean, if all of them are yelling at her at once, maybe they'll do something about it. Maybe. I don't
think
know. They haven't really been
Funeral
that helpful
distraction.
before.
Who's her god mom or god dad? I should look into that.
Wasn't that
Noir's?
Kazor?
Noir's
Yeah.
is Godros's daughter.
Oh man, let's get Gadros to yell at her. Tell him that. Say that he's really disappointed. He's not mad.
I mean, if it's like the Kazor Jeffrey situation, they might make it worse, but it's I mean, at the very least, we got to do something out of it there, because if Noaris gets involved in this, Daddy Barton ends up turning into weird divine puppet, and then not good times go
Agreed.
from there.
That would be very, very bad.
Yes.
I don't think the general is going to be the target of Noirs. I think we should be more worried about Carmine, in my opinion.
I mean, has Carmine done anything that would make that bad as of yet?
He's rich. He's
his
rich.
grasp for power.
He's a drug king.
He's
He has a hunger for
he's a
power.
rich drug kingpin. I mean, that's you can find that anywhere as of right now. It's no
And
more
he's
dangerous than any other person.
Rallying up all the people in Mistmore to support him.
I mean, if you look at it that way, we're a bunch of terrorists that went and killed a president and whatnot.
Yeah, but you also may, as I'm recalling,
Uh-huh.
pissed off Gadros, her father.
Allegedly.
According to you,
We're not in a court of law,
Allegedly.
dude. It's okay. You did
I
it,
think
May.
Fine.
we're in equal.
Maybe we can get them all to
with
piss off
Noaris and
completely. It'll be
Gadros.
fine. Death can do its own thing over there, as can innovation. Innovation just has to stop meddling.
See, you give them nicknames. You don't even know if they like those nicknames.
I don't care if they like those nicknames. They can all screw off.
All right, well, we're closest
prefer
to my
that.
house.
Where's your house?
I would personally prefer if we all didn't go there, but
Why don't we all go there?
Why don't every
You
single
go
one of
there.
us go there in case your
The
brother-
barracks are also nearby. Dockyard.
Where's your house?
But
My
you know,
house is 15.
time's not an issue here as far as.
We
if
know
you're-
your dad isn't there at the very least. You don't have to worry
Alright,
as
let's
much
go to
about
my
your
house.
brothers.
Like, can we just like promise to not like immediately like off my brothers on site? Like,
We don't have to
we
kill
could
them.
potentially bring them to our side.
We don't have to kill them.
Yeah,
They're probably not even there. It'll
Oh,
probably
no.
be like a maid or something that's left over to clean. Everybody else would have already
Oh.
evacuated to not get lynched by a mob of magic people.
Right. Okay. Let's head over there.
So you're all heading to the Barton compound.
Alright, stop.
You wisp over.
Guys, you're gonna see pictures of me on the walls and stuff, unless you took them down. But like, I'm not wearing any makeup. My dad was really strict. So like, please don't judge them. Puppy.
Puppy dog.
I
Betsy,
basically looked like a boy my whole childhood. Yep.
I'm going to let you describe the Barton residence.
Oh geez. Okay.
It's a hut.
Filled with him.
And
Hey, I'm gonna do law.
Oh gosh, I wasn't prepared for that. Okay, so
improvise. Quick.
he was, you know, he was a very powerful man. So it's a very big house, a large property. It is. There's brick wall all around it, and like a very like traditional kind of like arched gateway opening. Very well manicured lawns and gardens and stuff. The house is like, I would say like classic Victorian,
Okay.
and we're not inside, so that's all we see so far.
Right. So yeah, you guys head up to this Victorian house, and
Like
yeah,
there's a big porch and
Yep.
I'm trying to think. You know, like those, I don't know what it's called, but like the circular, like things on each side, and
Columns?
yeah, it's not columns. There's a term for it with the windows.
Oh my gosh, you were such a pain in the butt.
I don't know what that's
I
called.
don't know, but it's like a Victorian house. Think of like an old creepy Victorian house, but it's not creepy yet because it's still very well kept.
You mean Gothic?
Yeah.
Cool. You head there.
And while there's like a large garden, there's like no floral. It's just all greenery and very like meticulously groomed. Lots of shrubs, not shaped into anything interesting, but just like rectangles and squares.
Cool. So you guys walk up there.
Let's pay him a visit.
I don't want to just walk up to the front door. Can we look and see if we think anyone's home?
Make a perception check.
27.
On a 27, when looking in the windows, they look dark. It looks dark, like the lights are off.
So it's gated. Are we looking at the windows from beyond the gate, or is it?
I'm gonna say the front gate to the kind of like.
It's ajar, I'm guessing.
To the way up to like a path up to the house is open, so it hasn't been locked down. Yeah, it's just kind of like one of the gates is swung open and the other one's kind of set in place.
I doubt there's any cars or anything like that in
There are no cars here.
no immediate vicinity.
Yeah, so I'll lead the way, and try the front door first, I guess.
I fly over the closed gate instead of walking through the open one.
You're casting your fly spell now?
No, I'm not going to.
Yeah, so you guys go up to the front door, and what are you knocking, or are you just like trying to open it?
I mean, I grew up here. I'm gonna just try to open it.
Okay.
Did you change the keys on you? Change the locks, rather?
Change the keys.
Change the keys on you.
The door is locked. You could try to.
Want me to pull out the old thieves' tools?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming I have a key.
Try your key.
I'll try my key and see if he didn't change the locks.
Your key.
Do you want me to blow the whistle? I'll do it.
Oh.
Your key does not work in this lock. It seems like the locks have been changed.
What a loser. They changed the locks on you.
It has been some time since you've been here, so.
My father did change the locks every 90 days, so it makes sense. I don't know why I thought that would
A
work.
lot of keys.
Is there a password on
Hey,
the
like my fucking work password.
I know another way
This
in.
house seems old and abandoned.
It doesn't seem old and abandoned. It just it's locked and the lights are off. It's just like no one's here. But
It's a Victorian house, but it's not. It's well kept.
It's not. It doesn't look like a creepy haunted house. Like the lawn and the gardens are all like
Manicured.
yeah, like
Correct.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll show you guys how I snuck out of my room at night, and we can get in that way. Follow me.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's just like, one of those porches with the overhang. I just climb up a post and get to the window where my bedroom is.
Okay.
Do I need to do a check for that, or?
No, you can climb right up. No problem. You're
climbing
up
the,
at your window. The light in
shelves?
your room is off.
I try to open the window.
It's locked.
I suspect this as well. I break the window.
Okay, well you can attempt to break the window if you'd like. Make me athletics.
Wait, no, I'm gonna telekinetic hand on the opposite side of the window to just unlock it. I should have done that with the door.
Is that something you can do?
Something she gonna try to do.
One unattended object, I can manipulate it.
I'm gonna say I'm just gonna.
Can you
Well,
try
that's
to make
fine. You can use your hand to unlock the window.
Damn.
It says I can lift things and I can levitate it slowly in 20 feet in any direction while I'm
That's fine. You can use it to
literally just
Well,
flipping the lock.
flip the latch.
That's fair.
Can I fly onto the roof and go down the chimney?
If you want.
Okay, I
Chimney
I want to
check.
turn
So
into a bat and flying through the window.
All right. So
I'm
yeah,
gonna
You can describe your
Into a
room
nuke.
as you enter.
it's very drab. There's just a bed, a dresser, and a desk, and there's nothing on the walls, and the bed is perfectly made, and
Oh no, you had a family that gave you a bed and everything and a roof over your head. How sad that must be.
I'm not saying that I didn't live a privileged life. It's just not who I am.
Yeah, May.
There's not even a mirror
Grace,
in here,
you had
May. Give me
parents
a
growing up.
break. Okay, so yeah, and the walls are just like a tan. Like there's no personality in this room whatsoever.
Yep. So you're in here. So you've come in. It doesn't seem like you. Much has changed. At least in your room. Like it looks like everything is pretty much the same. There's like a thin layer of dust on the surfaces. Like people don't come in this room.
Yeah.
You don't hear.
Did you guys
anything.
follow me up, or am I coming down to unlock the front door?
I'm just gonna follow you up. It's easier.
I'm a fucking bat. I just flew in through the hole you made it through the window.
I don't want to waste my fly spell, so I guess I won't fly on the roof.
All right.
As a
Um,
bat, I unlocked the front door.
As a bet.
Takes me
Okay.
2 tries.
I mean, I don't think we necessarily need to be like super stealthy, but we don't know if people are here, so let's just be
Yeah, it'll be
cautious.
fine.
You can. You guys can make a group stealth check for me while you're in here.
Let's do it.
Oh, what's in here?
Let's
That's
do it,
actually good.
Emble.
Where's my stealth?
That's 32.
That's
32
not worth checking.
months?
It's a 4 plus. It's not gonna be 32. And Emble's gonna eat
26
my
for
dice.
me.
26.
Mhm.
23.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, so you guys are stealthy. Enough of you passed that you're like shadows in this place, tiptoeing.
I like point to all the
quietly.
creaky wood. I'm like, don't step here. This step creaks.
What are you doing, Gracie?
So Bessie, do you happen to remember where your dad kept all of his money by any chance? It's not like he's gonna be using it while it's here. Did he have like a safe or something, or?
Since we've determined that we have money and that you don't, you want some now.
I think it's usually a good idea just to make sure that we use all of our resources.
I mean, yes.
I mean, we
let's-
can also we've got gold, we've got silver, like flatware and stuff. We could go to the markets and try and sell it.
Yeah, but I think if he
There are
has
things
liquid
worthwhile
gold, it's
here.
gonna be a little bit easier than carrying a whole bunch of dishes and stuff out and then trying to
Yeah,
fence
just
that.
give me,
And
yeah, just let's. So we check out the upstairs, which is mostly just bedrooms.
Hold on.
That's where the
Can you
bad
hear
guy
sound?
is. That's
Headphones
good.
disconnected. Hold on. That's weird.
Ash would be easier, but a bunch of dishes would be funnier.
I don't know why I did that, but I'm back.
cool.
Yeah, so the top level is mostly bedrooms. There's enough rooms for each of us to have our own room. So
Yeah, and then your father's office is on the bottom floor. Just a
yeah, I want to check out
Sounds like a
my
good place
brother's
to look.
bedrooms real quick.
Okay.
Those.
I start with Doyle's.
Yeah, you go into Doyle's room, and the last time you kind of remember being in here, he was younger. I don't know how long has it been since you ran away from home?
Probably like 2.
2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he wasn't so it's only been 2 years. You kind of when you go into his room, see first in your head, like just like you can imagine him kind of like running around. I mean, he was a teenager.
Yeah, I'm like 21, 22, so maybe like 2 or 3 years. I left when I was
18.
like 18. Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm gonna say that he was probably like 12 or 13
Okay.
when you were the last time you were here. So he's in his room, just kind of you know, like not, I want to say probably like reading books, listening to music. His room, you can kind of just like see, you can kind of imagine him lax on his bed, just kind of chilling out. And but like when you look at his room now, it's a lot like your room was. So like there's no character left in his room anymore. It's his bed neatly made. There's a desk. But other than that, there's no semblance of his personality here anymore, from what you remember.
But it looks like it isn't in a layer of dust like mine was.
Correct. Yeah. So this looks like, yeah, like there's not a layer of dust. It looks like it's
He's
actually
living there.
pretty neatly and thoroughly cleaned. A very militaristic style. Like you could run your finger across his desk and there wouldn't be anything on it.
I leave a note under his pillow
Okay.
that just says, I don't know, like, I love you and I miss you and I want, like, I want to be there for you. I don't know. Something like of the sentiment that I am in town. I am, you know, I still care. I'm still here.
Okay. Yeah, you can leave that under his pillow. No problem.
What about Richard or Alvin? I go to each of their rooms.
I say to Drace, I bet I can find her parents' porn in less than 10 minutes. Bet.
Challenge accepted.
Man.
Make a yeah, that's funny.
Make a perception
While
check.
she's writing that and they're looking for porn, can I look through their desks at the same time to see if I can find like any kind of notes or anything that they may have been working on?
You want to look in Doyle's desk? Like you want to
Yeah.
kind of look through? Yeah, you can. You look in there. There's not like a lot of notes or anything. There's a little bit of like there's like a letter in there. It's from the government of Mercola, and it's like a it's a letter saying that like he's been accepted to become a member of the Shroud.
Mm-hmm.
And that he's to begin training immediately. And
Who's this, Doyle?
this is Doyle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
What was-
Doyle.
I will say that like if you like going into like Alvin and Richard's rooms, it's a lot of the same. You know, your father was super strict. He didn't allow you guys to have a lot of individualism. He was very much like, this is our family, this is what we do. Like all the other like stuff is superfluous and a waste of time. You need to focus on honoring the family tradition.
Yeah.
And that echoes throughout your head, like as you're walking through, you kind of remember the strictness.
Yeah, like I have flashbacks of like anytime any of us like put a poster on our wall or asked to go see a movie or whatever, like that we didn't have time for that stuff, and we're a Barton and we need to act like one and all this stuff.
And if you look in like Alvin and Richard's desks as well, it's kind of the same thing. There's a couple things they just really keep paperwork from their commitment to the military. Alvin, which one is the oldest one? They're all younger than you.
Alvin. Alvin's my oldest younger brother.
So
And
Alvin,
then Simon, and then Theodore.
It's Simon and Theodore, right? Like
So-
No, it's Alvin, Richard, and Doyle.
So Alvin and Richard,
Opportunity missed.
they have paperwork saying that that they've completed their initial training with the Shroud in Greenflower. So they were at some point at the recruiting station there and went through training with General Hart, in his unit. But there's nothing else beyond that. It's really just a little bit of their past.
Time to go and ransack your parents' stuff.
Too late. I already found the porn. Can you believe it's just?
Was it under the
missionary?
mattress?
It's only missionary, and
It's a
the
film strip.
dude's faces are blurred out. This is awful. It's really bad.
It's like a.
Is it tasteful?
It's too tasteful, man.
It's a stick
Was
figure
that what
instruction
your
manual
parents'
for
form was
missionaries.
like, Mike?
You ever seen Skinamax late at
Not
night?
mine.
Less nip than that.
Oh,
It's just
was
kind
it
of provocative.
staticky?
Provocative.
It's like when you get a challenge not just to have.
Provocative jaunting around. It's like one of those pieces of media where you put in the film and you have to hand crank it and it goes around like a carousel. It's just a lady and she's just and it repeats over and over again.
She lifts up her dress and
Just
shows
a
her
little
ankle.
bit.
And you still see the sock underneath.
Yeah, so as far as the bedrooms go, that's all that's really in here.
I don't enter my father's
hold on.
bedroom.
What's this? I find in a real deep corner. I had to unearth from under the floorboards. It looks like a snuff film. No.
Would not surprise me, honestly. No offense.
Hey,
Didn't happen. Just the safe porn.
So as we've been doing all of this, we haven't heard anything else throughout this place. The lights are all off.
Lights are off. You don't hear footsteps. It seems like the house is empty. Like there's no
Cool.
one here.
It seems like it.
That means the office is next.
There's someone in this house. I know it.
Us. And if they are, they're not going to be the combative type, most likely. Wait, did your dad have any trained assassins or anything that he left at random posts just
his
watching you?
sons.
His sons weren't trained assassins when she was here.
I have no sons.
what was your question?
Your dad leave any trained assassins or anything just wandering around the house while you were there?
No, I mean he had his assistants and stuff.
And
People
all of
would-
them would have gone with him. So
Yeah,
They're all
so-
trained assassins.
I don't go into my father's room just because there's an inherent you never go in there kind of thing for me. You
We're
guys can
going
check
in.
it out, but I'm gonna go downstairs.
Right.
Luca and Dre's got that one.
Yeah, we're going in
It's
right
really
now.
just
Go.
all the porn. There's so
Yeah.
much.
I hope so. That's what we're looking for.
The hypocrisy of it all.
Nothing of note in the father's room. Yeah, it's just a bedroom. Big bed, a big bed, 4-post bed.
This was disappointing.
No secret floorboard hiding anything.
No safe or
Make a perception or make an offer.
27.
Yeah, I'll percept it.
uh
Oh man, that was bad. 18.
34.
There you
Oh,
go.
34.
Yeah, you in his room, there is you kind of are just feeling around and there's a painting on the wall that you can pull
Oldest trick in the book.
on the side of it. Yeah, there is a hidden safe behind the painting. Unfortunately, the safe handle is cracked open and it is emptied. It looks like it's been emptied of valuables.
Oh.
Dang it, Barton.
You found it though.
Ah,
Yeah, you did find it. Too
well,
late.
let's check the office. Maybe he didn't have time to get rid of.
Wait, if it's been emptied of valuables, that implies that there are things of less value in there.
Or nothing.
It's empty. It's been empty. There were only valuables in there.
Shit.
That's where all the
Slightly
good
less
porn was. He took it with him.
Maybe it's where he keeps his invisible things. I reach in there anyway just to see.
You feel film strip, and it's just more of the lady
More
dancing.
porn.
Right,
Yeah.
That's like a Saul trap, and now your hands are stuck inside.
Right, I lead you guys to the study, like his office.
As you head towards his office, you can see the door is cracked open. So it's not locked. It's normally he would keep it locked, but it's not.
They left in a hurry. So
Yeah, this is strange, but I suppose you're right. I just like, without walking in, I just kind of like open the door the rest of the way.
Okay.
Roll for initiative.
let's take a look.
You walk into his office. His desk. There's a bunch of paperwork on it. There's some telegrams you see on there, like letters of congratulations for his promotion to general. You know, hanging on the walls. There's some accommodations for his work in the military.
He must have just left.
There's
Is there a cigarette still smoking somewhere?
Right.
no. He does. There is an ashtray on his desk, but it's clean.
Look, it's been like 1 day since the president died, and he vamoosed out of it from there.
Yeah.
Imagine at that
there's
point
a couple
leaving in a
of
hurry.
there's a couple of like he didn't take his accommodations from the walls or these letters. He kind of, it does seem like it was a bit of haste to him leaving. There's a couple framed pictures on his desk. One is like a kind of a collage of him and his sons standing next to each other in uniform. And then there's also like a picture next to them of like them hugging, and like there's like a goofy one of Alvin, Rick, and Doyle, all in uniform, just like with their arms around each other, staring down camera. Other frame picture is face down on the desk, so you can't see what's in that picture unless you pick it up and look at it.
I was gonna say, nope, just never gonna know. Never gonna know what's underneath that picture.
I'll look at it. I'm assuming it's a picture of me.
You pick it up and look at
No,
it.
it's not instead.
It's Noir instead of funny hat. No, it's you see a picture. It's Beck, Bessie, and her brothers all standing on the dock of the port, like during a clear day.
Out of the bay.
It's moment we're gonna like. So Bessie, you have like a flashback in this moment, looking at this picture back to the day this picture was taken. And your father is being his normal self, and he says to you, Rebecca, the military is in your blood. Your grandfather served, I serve, the country needs you. And Alvin's like, yeah, Becca, we're all gonna join, remember? And then Doyle is like, I don't want to do it without Becca. What did you say, if anything?
I just want to be me, Dad. Like, you don't even give me a chance to be myself. You just want me to follow in your footsteps. Like, just let me be me.
He gets up close to you, and he almost like puts a finger in your face, and he says, you have to start thinking of your future. The life of an artist seldom leads to anything. At least anything meaningful. Giving back to your country is a time-honored tradition in the Barton name.
I'll say, even if art gives nothing back to me, it gives so much to everyone else in the community. It gives people hope, it gives people joy, it gives people sorrow. It does so many great things, not just about military father.
If you truly want to give people hope, then you have to listen to what I'm saying. Listen, your brothers look up to you. Just tell me you'll at least think about it, okay?
I scoff and roll my eyes. I'm like, fine.
He says, he shoves you playfully on the shoulder, and he says, I love you. Nothing could change that. Just please think about it. And in that moment, they snap a picture, and it's the picture that's on the desk. You come back to the present time. This desk does have some drawers that are still locked. If anyone wants to try to break into the desk, you can
Definitely.
make some kind of effort to do so.
Not trained in thievery, though.
I can do it. Nat 20.
That 20, what a waste.
I decided to save all my stuff for breaking into this house.
I rolled an 11.
You're like expertly pilfering this house.
So you
It's just
open
like old times.
you open the locked drawer. There's a map of Mercola on it, the entire country. You can see like it has like the city, the main cities listed on there that we've seen so far. Sunrise Port has a big red X through it, and you see Greenflower also has a big red X through it, and the city of Hasbrook has a big red X through it. There's also a small picture of Bessie clipped to the map, and there is a letter under the map addressed to Rebecca.
I think this one might be yours.
I read it.
Okay.
Roll. We'll see if we can.
Do you want to read it out loud?
Not at first. I'm gonna read it to myself.
I'm saying, okay, well then I'll just read it to you. The letter says...
You want me to read it out loud?
No, I was just, if you wanted to, if you're going to read it to everyone or not, that's fine, I can read it. It says, Rebecca, I'm not sure why I'm writing this. I don't expect you to ever receive this letter. I don't know where you are, my dear daughter, and I fear the worst. But I will not stop looking for you. I have been given great responsibility within the military, but have failed what I consider to be my greatest responsibility, and that is my commitment to you as a father. I will not stop searching for you. I am aware of the strain between us. Ever since your mother left us, I have been trying my best, and though normally all that can be asked is to do your best, I fear it was not enough. I will do my best to do you proud as a father to your brothers, and as a loyal servant to this great nation. Please come home. Love, Dad.
I'm just like sobbing.
There's also a PCS notice in the same drawer showing just that General Beckett Barton is like to report to the Capitol in High Reach. So that's
Now we know
his
where
new
he is.
station. And that's all that's in the desk. What would you like to do next?
So what's the letter say?
I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm like sobbing. There's just like tears freely flowing down my face, and I just like hand it off. I'm not gonna read it out loud. I'm just gonna hand it off for you guys to read.
Obviously, her father has made her cry, so she's okay with us dealing with him
Yeah,
now.
so that's what I hear.
No, I mean, it's my dad, and I know that he's just a man of duty, and I don't know. I didn't know everything that the Shroud was doing until I left my town, and I didn't know all they were behind, and I don't know. Maybe love is enough. And maybe with my father in charge and knowing who I've become, there may be some good to come of it.
So we're going the reason with approach for him then?
They give him a chance to be reasoned with.
Well, first we should probably prevent Noirs from using him as, you know, the whole
I mean, we gotta
divine
go meet
hand
the
up the ass
gods,
kind of thing.
for
So
sure. See if they can
Not
smite
gonna-
her. I'm gonna, again, just in case people go back to the house or something, I'm gonna leave a note on his desk that just says, "I love you, Dad," and with like Becca written underneath of it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he has like stationery on his desk you can use to write another message. Yeah, there isn't anything else of note in this office.
I guess I leave notes for my other brothers too when I'm in their rooms, just like thinking of you or love you or whatever, but
Mhm.
I was closest to. I felt a deeper connection with Doyle than
Wait,
my
yes.
other two brothers, and
He has stationery, like with his name on it.
What a loser.
No. I mean, we could use that to
I
some
like
degree.
what
Yeah.
you're putting down.
Have you ever like forged his name before as?
of course.
I
So
like what
yeah,
you're putting down.
let's take some.
I mean,
could take
you
that
could
to
have a lot of control.
You can take his stationary pad.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
mean-
What would you like to do now? There's nothing else of note in this office that I'll just say. You look.
Is there any
No
other
safes?
rooms of note that we need to know?
There's the kitchen and pantry. I mean, nothing of great.
I mean, we
you're
haven't
looking for
eaten
something
yet
of great
today.
value. You're not going to find it.
Man, we haven't eaten yet today. We could just grab a snack.
Yeah, let's just do that, and then head off to meet with Dimont and get the show on the road.
Yeah, you guys can eat whatever you like out of the kitchen and pantry. You can sit there and
Well,
cook a
The
full
best I
meal.
expect is like Nilla wafers in this house.
There's a lot of what are those
Probably had a
called?
whole on cook here. I don't think that it's just like military ration kind of thing here.
There is a lot of that though. You can tell that
MREs.
You're like almost prepper-esque.
Beck has been like preparing for the worst. So there's like a lot of like canned beans, and they're like the sizes that no one buys. They're like huge, fucking
It's-
cans of.
Think like Dwight
Like
Schrute.
no one's gonna
rations
eat
for the
this
boat ride.
much like okra, you know, like
We got our rations for the boat ride.
I mean, there's a lot of also because he's a military man. He's in shape. He's fit. He's got 3 sons, so there's probably like a lot of
there's like a
Protein powder.
jerky, a
jerky and protein powders and shakes and stuff of the like. Also,
lot- yeah.
There's
I
diamonds
find
in
my
that.
secret stash of chocolates
Ugh.
that I used to hide for my monthlies, and
Gross.
From 2 years ago?
I mean, it's my stash. It's just they don't know where it is. If they did, my brothers would have eaten it.
Yeah, you go to look for your stash of snacks, and you come across like some empty wrappers. And there's a little note, and it just says "Found it," and it looks like Doyle wrote it.
Oh, that little punk! I'm gonna get him.
All right,
Have to get him first.
Write a PS on your note that you left him. You little shit.
Piece of garbage.
Basura.
My friends are gonna kill you.
No. All right, let's get out of here, guys.
Right.
I
So-
agree.
We're heading towards Dimont then?
Yes.
Diamond?
Yeah, I think let's get him to agree to the ship, and then we can determine if we need anything else prior to setting sail or when we get back before we head to High Reach.
I forget, it was Dano that had the contact with Diamond? Or it was...
he
That's what Red
has
Teeth
he
and
just
Fit.
like the Red Teeth knew Dimont. He just has the card that that Val gave him, like of the location and.
Where is
Okay.
Dano doing all this? Is he outside? We leave
Stand
him?
outside, standing guard, kind of sitting on the
Classic
stoop,
Dano.
having a drink.
I hand him some jerky.
He says, "They didn't
Very
have
good,
any,
Dana.
didn't have any potatoes in there, did they? I'm kind of missing the dirty potato."
We'll be back home soon enough, and you can have dirty potatoes as much as you want.
He just pats himself on the belly. He says, "I've gotten quite akin to a couple times a day,
This
Yeah,
might do you some good.
having one of those specials." Yeah, you guys. So you guys are headed off to see Dimont.
Yes.
Come on.
Off to see Dimont now.
Unless you guys want to grab a drink on the way.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
I prefer to not have the drunk
Let's go see Dimont.
beforehand.
Too many side quests. We need a
Oh.
story.
Oh, you little jerk.
So you
All
guys
quests are side quests to win.
You're walking through the city. You kind of walk back up towards where you know Demont's office to be. You come upon like a small row of modest like brownstone homes. At the end is a large building with a curved out facade, tall and white. Large arched windows, brass detailing, really fancy looking place. There's a large white door with a brass lion's head knocker on it.
Ooh, I run and knock it without any hesitation.
You go knock the thing. The door opens.
I'm taking my wig and disguise off because I want Dimont to meet Bessie.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just really like the lion knocker. I think it's really fucking cool.
Steal it.
The door opens. The floor is like white marble. Small hallway. Open office at the end. There's a short, muscular guy with a fedora and a thin, curled mustache. And then there's also like a skinny woman with long brunette hair. They're both standing guard. They're both in like very nice black suits. And the man just calmly
Like style.
says, "State your business."
Your business.
Bessie Barton here to see
I like it.
Sir Dimont. And I guess these guys too. We're all here to see him.
No, I agree with him. Your business. I think he's right. That's the right answer.
It's like speak friend and enter kind of thing.
Yeah.
The woman just says, "No weapons, no magic items," and she picks up an empty wooden crate for you guys to deposit any belongings that you may consider a weapon.
Oh. You wouldn't deprive an old
Wait,
man.
gun down. And... What is that?
Anton. Magic weapons? I'm sorry.
I'll put the lasso in there.
Okay.
I mean,
I say you wouldn't deprive an old man his walking stick.
You could certainly say that to him. You will
I'll
need
put
to
it in there.
make,
I don't know.
deception.
I'll just put it in.
You can put it in. Yeah, I mean, they don't expect you to give up any use of magic because that wouldn't necessarily require anything.
Yeah, we don't need items to be magic. Like,
But magic items, they're asking you.
Are you talking about like alchemist fires and stuff like that?
I mean, that's a weapon, so yeah.
She
I put all my
says,
stuff in there.
any potions that you may have on you, and then she taps on the box.
Potions.
Potions.
If I need to heal.
All right, fine. I do want those back.
Definitely.
I'll put my alchemist fire potion in, and my 2 minor healing potions.
I counted mine, so it better be full. Come back.
So I'm guessing you're all complying with putting the stuff in.
Yes.
I turn my gun in, but I try to hide my Adelatl.
Make a stealth check for me.
Oh, hold on. I'll do your thing first. I am going to try to not comply with one thing.
It's a 23.
That's why I think they don't notice you conceal your.
I just slide it. Since it's like on my forearm, I guess I just slide it further up.
Yeah, you can just keep your.
I
sleeve a little bit.
I tuck the whistle into my shirt.
Make a stealth check.
Stealth check. That's not even my best skill.
Oh, just blow it now! Blow it now!
14.
14.
0 point.
She says, "What is that? What is that? What did you just tuck in your shirt there?"
It's just my necklace.
She says, "Let's see it."
I hold
It's
it.
his rape whistle. He's really afraid of getting raped. He's not used to these big cities, so he bought that. I'm like, man, you do not need this, but he insisted.
Um,
I begrudgingly agree.
She says,
Because I didn't have another story off at my time.
you see her like put her hand up in front of you and kind of like make a little motion, and like you can see little waves of energy coming off at like pointed like towards your whistle, and she said, and then she like snaps it back, and she says, "Rape whistle, eh? Put it in the box. You're not gonna get raped here."
I don't really want to take off my bracelet that Jeffrey gave me or my ring.
I don't know if I'm going to put
They
it
look
in the
like
box.
accessories.
The ring, they probably won't notice, but the bracelet does have a bit of an aura around it. So if you want to comply, you're going to take it off. But if you're not going to take it off, that's also fine. You don't have to comply.
I am going to not comply with the whistle.
So you're going to keep.
I'm
The
going to
whistle.
keep it. So I'm sorry. If I have to wait outside, I'll wait outside. But the whistle stays with me.
She says, you hear her like yell, and she yells back to the back office. She goes, "Boss, this guy won't take off his magic rape whistle."
God damn it, Rebecca.
And you see, walking out of the office in the back, a tall gentleman in a very nice, like pinstripes suit. He's got, I think I got a picture of him actually. Let me see.
Is it Dimont? Are we about to see him?
Well, he's about to walk out. Hold on. Oh yeah, I do have a picture of him. Why didn't I put it in here? I was like, why do I have a description of him? I'm like, that's because I have.
Oh, come on. We're so ready for it.
Alright, I put
Best
it there.
viewers on stream, Buddha. Ooh. John Hamm meets Robert Downey Jr.
He,
It really does.
Yeah.
this guy walks out in very stylish
This suit.
and tie. He comes out and he just says, "Easy, Madge. These people are our guests." And like he takes a few steps out of his office. He says, "You must be the feral hand. Please excuse my associates. They are a bit protective." And he's not going to ask you to take anything else off, but he's gonna beckon you guys to come to his office.
Mr. Dimont, I just love your work. I've been following you for a long time, and I brought a bunch of my swatches designs. I wanted to show you. One day I could put an apprentice and work under you and learn everything that you know.
Yeah, if you want to show him something, you can make like a crafting check or something like that.
That's a nat 1.
A nat 1. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you show him what you've got.
Do I have a hero point? I would like to use it.
You have everyone starts with a hero point, so yeah. If you
I'm going to use my
anything
hero
to help
point
her.
to re-roll that. Okay. And what am I rolling?
I would say crafting.
Or if you have a lore for
18.
I think her lore and her crafting are the same. 18 total.
Yeah. Yeah.
He takes it into his hand. You just like have like what? What do you have? What are you showing him?
Like clippings from all of his work, just kind of like pieced together with like sketches of things that I would add to it and stuff.
He looks at your sketches and he kind of holds them up to the light, and he's like, "Miss, you have a long way to go.
Ooh.
Perhaps when you're done with this personal business of yours, you could come see me and maybe I can make something of these, but I don't know. Based on what I'm seeing right now, you've got a long way to go." And he says,
I take out my castanets to break the silence.
I'm like speechless and just like.
So back to business here.
Yeah. Maybe
Sure
next
you're
time.
aware of why
Rebecca.
we came?
He says, "Well, the only thing I know is that you want me to be of some service to you. You're friends of Floyd, Val, and Vishtar. Let me formally
about
introduce
Sparky?
myself. My name is Hugh Dimont. Now, how can we help each other?"
each other.
We need a ride.
We're seeking a ship to take us somewhere.
Oh, she's absolutely corrupt.
You can.
I'm trying to find my notes.
And what was the place called that we're trying to go again?
It's just the meeting of the spirits, and you just have like a point like that that tell you.
Yeah, it's the Great Sun Sea. There's just like certain.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it was. The Great Sun Sea.
Yeah, anyone that wants to try to reason with Dimont can tell me what you want to say, and then make an applicable like diplomacy check, I guess, or.
Unless y'all want me to intimidate him, this is on you guys.
We're not going to intimidate the man. May just. I just need a second to recompose myself.
And he says,
I'm going to
"Can I
intimidate
what,
Misty to get her to recompose herself.
And he says, I didn't get your names. Can you introduce yourselves? I gave you my name. I feel like it's only fair.
Booker, pleasure.
Drace, nice to meet you.
I'm Luca Liriano.
My name's Bessie Barton, sir.
Very well. So, as I said, how can I be of some service to you? What is it you need from me?
Do we have any issues with telling him about like where we're going?
I don't think so.
Why? They're going to find out one way or the other.
Yeah.
I mean, like the purposes of why we're going where we're going. Like that's all fine.
I mean, he works with Vish, and they're mercenaries. They're not really a part of the Bygone Order.
No.
They have their own agenda, so I don't think it would be synced up with the Shroud. But I look at people like that as people who could easily sell you out, because they're
Well, resolving this issue would benefit them as well.
Should.
If they're about to try to take over the world.
Yeah, I mean, war is bad in any economy because people are producing stuff for the wars and not buying these beautiful clothing that he makes. And I say something to that effect to him, like, trying to put an end to this, get the world back in order and the way it was and grow from it. And there's a meeting that we must attend in the Great Sea. And Vish and Val and Floyd told us
Now,
Oh, I lost your.
Let me do this.
Vish, Val, and Floyd, can you hear me?
Yep.
Told us that you might be able to grant us passage with the ship.
Make a diplomacy check.
Diploma.
21.
at that hero point.
I already used it to re-roll my design.
Anybody else gonna talk to Dimont?
Yeah, I can piggyback off what she's saying, and I hear her like kind of peter out, and I know this means so much to her, and I can feel that her heart's a little broken from his earlier reaction.
Really
so
tough day for me.
I'll try to piggyback when I hear her start to peter out. It's like, yeah, people just stop appreciating fashion in times of strife like this. So I can understand wanting to get things back to normalcy. And I will try to diplome kind of under the same not guise, because she's saying it truthfully. I am more so, yeah, whatever bullshit she was saying.
Right, gotcha. Okay, yeah, yeah, you can make a diplomacy. That's fine. Yeah, go for it.
All right. Oh, I hopped out. That's a 10 plus my diplomacy, but I could deception.
If you want to use
possibly,
deception,
'cause I don't
if
necessarily
you're being
believe
deceptive, that's you can use deception.
Yeah, it's a 14, so it's we'll say 24.
Okay. Anybody else say anything to him in this moment? He's kind of looking at all of you.
I don't want to like introduce a lie if they're telling the truth. That would be conflicting. So I will just agree with them and kind of say, We need to save the world, basically, and us saving the world benefits you too, buddy.
Can I use intimidation to more or less stress all the horrible things that are about to happen as of right now? That if he's not going to help us, there's going to be consequences for everybody.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I like that.
Both
Not a
you can roll-
direct threat
you-
to this
and then
wonderful
Drake's gonna
man.
roll, diplomacy as well.
Thanks for liking
Oh.
me tonight. That's 33.
33. All in. Diplomacy. Oh my god, nat 20.
You
Alright.
diplomating son of a.
So you guys kind
Well-
of stress the urgency for this, and that he kind of has to help you with getting a ship for your travels. And he says, a ship. Yeah, I might be able to assist with that. However, it will come at some price.
What do you want?
Why don't
Yes,
you-
I will work for you.
You can have Betsy.
He says,
Yes, Betsy will work for
slow
you.
your roll there. He says, why don't we just call it 2,000 gold pieces and we'll be square?
Did we charter a boat for less than that?
He says,
Gold.
or if you prefer, you can pay off your debt through other means.
What do you want?
Ishtar has told me that you are more than capable of handling yourselves.
Don't be around the bush.
There is a band of absolute rapscallions hanging out at the Wicked Tree
Oh.
bar. Here's the problem. That's my bar. And I do like keeping a sort of ambiance there. And these ruffians are mucking it up for everyone else.
Ruffians and rapscallions.
Seems to be a few folks from down Greenflower. Not surprised by the way they're dressed.
That sounds pretty on par with people from Greenflower.
Yeah.
I agree.
It does. Greenflower was positively riddled with rapscallions.
And ruffians.
And
Ruffians.
he turns to you, Drace.
Scoundrels.
He turns to you, Drace, because seems Vishtar's giving him some information, and he says no offense to you, and he kind of points up and down your outfit.
My outfit.
He says, I hear that's
Done.
where you grew up. And he says,
It is. And none taken.
and he's now at this point he's sitting at his desk and he puts his feet up, and he says, it's a shame that the Shroud outsmarted your people. They could never get away with that here. In fact, when word got here that President Straub was dead, mostly all the Shroud soldiers left, headed back to High Reach. I hear General Barton intends to run for office.
Yep, sounds about right.
So he says, okay, so I got bad guys at the Wicked Tree Bar that I need handling. You help me with that, I'll help you with the ship. What do you say?
So,
Can
just to be clear here, when you say we want them handling, you want them not coming around anymore, you want them not being seen ever again, we want...
He
Is
says,
this a bury him in the backyard? Is this a thrown in the harbor? Is it a
he shrugs and says, dealer's choice.
dealer's choice?
Can I make some sort? Is this one of those like we deal with a group of people that somebody wants us to get rid of, and we don't understand the true consequences behind it kind of situations?
Definitely.
But,
Sounds like
I
it.
mean,
Like, there's definitely going to be, like, I mean, how truthful is he in just saying just deal with these people? And is there more to this, obviously, than
perception.
Make a perception check against him.
another 10?
There's only one way to find out.
26 perception.
Yeah, so you can tell like from him that his main it doesn't seem like he's being deceitful in this moment. His main concern is that they're like fucking with his business. Like these out of towners are messing with his.
So not so
place.
much setting us up, but this actually is his problem.
This is his problem. This is a personal.
He
problem
wants
of
us
his.
to be the bouncers to get these people to stop coming to this bar.
And this
They
is
don't have
worth
to leave the town.
$2,000 for him.
Yeah, it sounds
Sounds like an easy job.
He doesn't want to
Sounds easy.
get in front of it, like put his face on it. He just wants it to be handled.
Yeah, also, I think it would be very important that we don't destroy the bar when we do this.
Agreed.
It's fine.
Destroy bar. Heard.
So you say that.
Did you want like a finger or something back, or did you want like some kind of proof that we did this, or what? Are we have to wait for you to say, "Hey, it's all clear now"?
He
You want a signed confession from each of these people saying they're not coming
I
back?
imagine that the staff will just contact him and say that it's been taken care of.
I mean,
he walks out from behind his desk and is like, he starts like, he's touching on your clothes because he is a fashion designer, like first and foremost. So he's like checking out your clothes, and he says, and he's like dusting off. He comes up to Luca first, and he's like kind of he like comes behind you, like dusts your shoulders off. And
Man of good taste, I see.
He says, I trust that you'll be truthful with me as I've been truthful with you. No need for a signed confession. And he winks.
so no fingers then.
And he says, as he's like still brushing off your shoulders, he said, "Where'd you find this number?"
Oh, this whole thing? It was my dad's. Hand-me-down.
He steps back and he like snaps and looks at you and he goes, "You're the voice of Mistmore, right?"
Sometimes it pops out every now and again. You got a good ear.
And he says, "I see." And then he kind of like grabs at the not aggressively, but kind of like just feeling on the lapel of the suit. He says, "I see you do have that look for radio." And he says,
"It's what my dad always said too."
And he says, "Listen, you clear up these ruffians for me, and I could do you up right as a bonus. New suits, the works. Let's face it, we can." And he looks around at the rest of you. He says, "Do much better."
I spent
Like, is this gonna be like a no situation where she's still super suit? I'm in.
And he says, I expect you'll report back to me once you've dealt with the scoundrels. Please try to take things outside if you can. I'm not looking to do any mandatory remodeling."
Works for me.
We will deal with your rat ruffians, sir.
One last thing. How will we know who we're looking for?
I assume they look like you or dressed like you.
He says, "Yeah, that's he."
Nobody's just like me.
They won't fit in the bar. I hear they've just been rowdy and obnoxious. So look for a group of people like that. And
Right, grab scallions. Got it.
as you guys are walking out, he is walking next to you guys as you leave his office, and he goes up to Booker and he's like, "You said your name was Booker, right?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay," and then you guys can leave.
Huh.
What did you do, May?
I don't.
That was
Probably nothing.
probably nothing, right?
Probably nothing.
Yeah.
Probably nothing to worry about.
And you guys,
I've been told I'm
Probably-
Booker, so he probably just got it mixed with that. Booker, Sucker, Nooker.
This can't possibly have any negative
Whoa, okay,
consequences.
don't go any further than that. Just stop right
You
there.
didn't question my last name at all.
he did not.
I know. I'm surprised you didn't make that connection.
It was interesting.
He did not question.
Unless he did make the connection
But
and
he
didn't say
knew-
anything.
Like he. So you get like the feeling that like he has some information about you guys, like because Vishtar told Fish told him information about you guys coming. So
I
he-
trust this guy way less than Carmine. What? Let's go. Let's go beat the crap
Nobody
out of a
trusts
couple
this guy.
of yokels and let's get this on.
I mean,
He
I hate
may.
to say it, but this sounds nice and straightforward, and let's
Yeah.
go fuck some.
you guys
yummy stuff.
you guys gather your belongings from the front. Madge gives.
We get them
hands-
all back?
Hands about. They give it all back to you. Yeah, untouched.
You guys get to keep your hands.
And
Great.
she just says, just a precaution. And you guys can leave, and you can head towards the Wicked Tree, or you can do whatever you want.
I think before we start fighting, can we at least like get a drink in me first? This has been a really rough day. We'll
How much
scope out.
better it's gonna feel when you bash in some yokel's face.
May, I have a feeling that there's going to be a reunion of sorts.
We have to go to the bar.
I mean, if it's what you're thinking of, and you know how fate usually works in that way, I'm gonna get to bash in another face, and it's gonna be absolutely fantastic. So let's
Sparks may fly once again.
I think it'll be more teeth
Definitely
than
will
anything
wear-
else.
What would you guys?
He
gonna
helped
head
us
to the
out
bar?
before. Yeah, let's go to the bar.
You guys approach the wicked tree.
Wicked tree.
I can't believe I rolled so poorly.
Bessie
for
says she's thirsty, so I give her a rousing splash right when we enter.
that. What's that?
Splash of cold water, descend on Alice's head. You get 4d4 temporary hit points.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
But is my face all wet now?
You said you were thirsty. You looked thirsty.
You guys approach the bar. Again, a lot of the buildings, this old style 1930s buildings. You come up. This is ornate again, like decorated. You can tell it's a bar. It's this red overhang. There's some gold floral designs on it. Large windows with stained glass designs, and a large like tavern style door with a small stained glass window. Some nice cars lining the cobblestone. There's also a rusted pickup truck parked nearby.
I nudge May.
You
I'm
guys go
waiting
in?
for it. Yeah.
Inside the bar, there's a lot of like people dressed very fancily, sipping out like wine and cocktails, fancy red chairs, high quality wooden tables with white tablecloths. At the end of the bar is like a large tree with bright leaves, which you would assume is what the bar is named after, the Wicked Tree. It's sitting in its own little garden. Behind the bar, there's large metallic and glass shelves, several bottles of like spirits neatly lined up. Bartender's a tall, lanky man with like a balding head. He's got like black hair circling his skull, light comb over. He's wearing a black vest and a red bow tie. He's currently pouring beer from a tap into a few frosted glass mugs. You guys, no check required. You see at one table there's a few loud folks that are sitting, and there's like these are men dressed in like tan and white shirts, jeans. Their hair is very unkempt. They stand out like a sore thumb in this place. They're all drinking beers, clinking their glasses together very loudly. There's 6 of them sitting there. 2 of them are facing you. There's 3.
They see us as we come in.
Not quite yet. I mean, they kind of do, but like they don't make a note of it at first. There's 3 of them on a couch, sitting there. One's got his back turned. You see the guy. There's a guy with like kind of. Hold on. There's a guy with kind of like dark brown hair, who's facing you guys, and he, in a manner of like, when like he sees you guys come in, and in a manner of like a guy like, bringing attention to his friends when like females enter the arena, he kind of makes like a quiet like word to his friends. And there's one guy with his back turned to you, but he turns around to look at you, and it's a lanky, tall, young man with a flat cap on. And
Fucking knew it.
as soon as he sees Booker, he leans too far forward over his chair and falls out of it onto the ground. And he looks up and he goes, "Myra?"
Classic.
Fucking Wilbur.
What are y'all doing here?
I'm gonna start walking over into that direction.
I'm
Towards
gonna
him.
quickly follow behind so she doesn't just like slash him in the face.
Yeah, you can walk over there. You see the guy with the darker hair. He's like a more muscular guy. He steps up, and he kind of like puts a hand on Wilbur, who you recognize as Wilbur. And he just says, Is there a problem here?
No. Just old friends. If I could have a word outside for just a moment.
A word with my buddy Wilbur here? Is that what you want?
Yeah, we're old friends. Isn't that right, Wilbur? Should I make an intimidation check for this?
Yeah, make an intimidation for Wilbur.
Grab him by the balls. Come on.
27.
What do you want?
And he's like, he shakes a little bit, and he's like, yeah, we're old friends. It's fine, Zeke, it's fine. And,
That's Zeke.
Fucking Zeke.
This is Zeke. Or like, Eek. Got him.
he starts to walk out. Like, yeah, with you, if you're gonna walk with him. The other men stand up, by the way, while all this is happening.
Yeah, I'm taking him outside into the... I'm guessing... Is there like an alley or something next to the bar, or is it
This bar is on like a corner, and there's like a big street intersection, so it's like there's not really an alley right there. It's more of an open area.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I say to the guys who all stood up and skirched their chairs out as they got up to me and Levlin will stand up to him like, sit down, boys. He'll be right back. Don't worry about it.
Zeke says, now I hope y'all don't plan on being rude to my friend out there, because we will have a problem. I don't normally hit a lady, but that lady was something.
Oh no, I dare you to hit her.
They're old
Actually,
lovers,
I
scorned
bet.
lovers that ended badly. They just need to clear up some air. She was heartbroken when Wilbur broke. So we're just gonna go out there with
No,
that.
leave this alone. Are you a betting man? You look like a betting man. I bet you and all your friends here that there's no way you can get a hit on my girl Booker when she comes back in this room. She'll leave your man Wilbur alone, but I dare you to try, and I bet everything you got that you won't be able to do it.
He says, it's like, as I said, I'm not one to normally hit a lady. And then he like turns to his friends. He's like, unless there's a good reason, and they all kind of like start chuckling.
Yeah, we figured you look like the type.
You do look the type.
What is May saying to Wilbur in this moment? He says, well, it's good to see you, Myra. You know, I've been wondering and worrying about you.
I kind of walk behind him for just a second, put my hands on his shoulders. All right, Wilbur, get talking. Why are you here? There's gonna be a little bit of a shoulder rub at the moment.
Like in an intimidating way, or you're like
Yeah.
starting to dig your nails in?
Not quite yet.
Actual way.
Not quite yet. Get talking.
He's like, well, I don't want you to get mad at me, but Zeke, my buddy Zeke in there. We kind of got back into some contract work after you guys kind of messed with Greenfire. There really wasn't anything for me to do to stay there, so but I got to make a living somehow, so that's why I'm here. I'm just working.
Just working. Little birdie told me that you and your buddies been causing a little bit of mischief in the area.
Little birdies.
Now, why would that be happening, huh?
I'm not looking for any trouble from you, Myra. I've seen what you're capable of, and
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm just happy to see you, and yeah, can I buy you a drink?
No. Wilbur. Here's how this is gonna go down. You and your buddies are gonna leave. You can stay in town. I won't kill you for that. All I'm asking is that you never come around this area again. I need you to pinky promise me as my pinky claw grows and it starts going around his neck a little bit. I just want a pinky promise from you that you guys are gonna leave and you're not gonna come back around here.
And he's kind of like, well, I'm Myron. I don't know if I can. I mean, I I can account for myself, but you know, I can't.
Oh, I think that you can be very convincing, Wilbur. I think you can be very convincing because if you don't, you know what's gonna happen.
As you start to get a little bit more intense with him, I need you to make a stealth check.
Sure.
Health. Oh, so they don't hear.
That's 26.
Okay.
Damn.
So they haven't quite.
Are we
caught-
still at the table while he's talking to Wilbur?
Correct.
She's talking to Wilbur. Okay.
Yeah. So they haven't quite noticed. I mean, you can see that like they didn't notice like you speaking loudly outside, but Zeke is starting to like tap his foot pretty quickly and like impatiently. And he says, he kind of like looks at his friends like back and forth. You can see he's getting a little bit timid. And he says, maybe I should check on my friend, make sure everything's on the up and up. We don't know you people. And though you may have the best of intentions, that is my best friend out there. And that lady looked like a psycho. Zeke gets up to leave.
I say we all go with him. Why don't we all go check on him?
Zeke says, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go.
They're probably just making out. There's a lot of sexual tension in that relationship.
I mean, that's probably.
I'm gonna grab one of the beers from the table and down it. Real
You're
quick
gonna
before
chug
we
a
go.
beer?
Yeah.
All right. Make a fortitude save.
Hey, that's
Yeah, you're
gonna
dead.
do nothing to help you.
I just had a
to
really.
say.
I just feel like my character would down a drink because
That's fair.
they
You
just
should have
got
opened your mouth when I gave you a fucking rousing splash.
fortitude. You say?
Yep.
I rolled a 2,
Mhm.
so that makes it 12.
Now you're drunk.
Okay.
Roasted.
Or at least sickened, probably.
Um.
Now you're wasted.
No, actually, you're okay. You don't know.
I chug it, and then like as soon as I'm done, I'm like, oh my god, that was a sour beer. They're disgusting.
It's the best beer.
Zeke
Not
and his 4 buddies walk
It's
outside.
like sour ham. It was so strange.
Sour ham, you say?
You guys all walk outside, right?
Yes.
And so you guys walk
I
out,
do.
and at the very tail end of Booker, with his hand on Wilbur's neck.
Well, it's mostly just like on the shoulders. Just the pinky. The one pinky is out.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make a perception check.
Cool.
So he does get a little bit of a vibe, and
Okay.
he says, "Wilbur, what's going on out here? Now you tell me the truth."
Yeah, Wilbur. Tell your friends exactly what the truth is.
And Wilbur says, "Zeke, I think maybe we just better get out of here. It's for the best." And Zeke says, "We're not going anywhere." And
I'm gonna interject, if I may.
okay,
Unless you're about to make us roll initiative.
go ahead, interject.
But I would like to interject and kind of like put my hand on his shoulder and then like kind of do a thing where I'm like behind him, but I put my hand on his shoulder and come to the front of him to Zeke. I'm like, whoa, 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 buddy, big boy. We don't need to get into all of this. And I'm gonna cast suggestion
Okay.
and say, I think you should listen to your friend Wilbur here and just not come around this bar anymore.
Okay. He gets a will save.
Yeah.
A Wilbur save. Hey,
Got him.
What's your DC? 25?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you suggest to him not.
He suggested to listen to Wilbur.
And stay away from the bar.
Gotcha. And this lasts a minute, right?
It depends on what he rolls.
He failed.
A regular failure?
Regular failure.
It lasts a minute.
Okay.
It'll come back in a minute.
And so you see him. He's like, all right, boys, let's go. And they start walking back to the truck, the pickup truck.
Of course, the pickup truck.
4 of them get in the back. Wilbur tips his hat to Booker, and he says, "Myra, till we see each other again. Hopefully sooner rather than later."
I'll give a quick wave, emphasizing the fingers on the hand.
He puts his hat back on and kind of trips over himself going backwards and walks. They go back to the truck. Zeke has a little bit of trouble starting the truck, and then it starts, and then you see it move forward about 10 feet, and then the engine turns off.
I didn't remember how long this lasted. I should have read the whole thing.
And
Good idea.
you see that he gets out of the car. He immediately pulls a gun and says, "Now that was real cute." And we are going to have to roll for initiative.
Couldn't wait.
29.
Alright, let me keep track of this.
And the thing that Luca did gave me 8 temporary.
Yeah, you can keep this. What everyone else get.
31.
31? Jesus Christ.
I got now +2 to initiative rolls, part of my level up.
25.
24? I thought 24 was decent. It was the lowest of all of you.
What a
At
bit.
this point in time, you're probably rolling +12,
Yeah,
plus
mine's
15 or so. So
Plus 16 perception, so
Oh, I gotta roll for Dano too. Keep forgetting he's here.
don't forget about Donald.
Earl beat me too. Piece of
No,
shit.
he didn't beat you. He got a
Yes, slow-mo.
15 actually.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, get that bad roll out of the way. Oh, Dano's finally rolling poorly.
Ah,
These guys. Ooh, Wilbur even worse.
let me know when you're when you have a second.
One second. Oh, Zeke. Woo! Shouldn't get excited over enemy rolls, but yeah. You have a question or a comment or? say something?
So I now have something called Battle Cry. It's a skill feat. When we roll initiative, I can automatically get a free intimidate check.
oh.
So I'm going to use this chance to go, "You done messed up, Zeke," and I'm gonna try and intimidate him at the start of battle.
Okay.
I'm loving the die. 20.
Nat 20. What does that do?
He's frightened too, I believe.
Oh my
So he just gets to leave again.
Well, the next level, actually, he would be fleeing. That's You can put the gun away and leave forever. Or you're gonna find out why Wilbur wanted you to.
Okay. And there's a thing. Here it is. And you so you like go to intimidate him, and like you do like scare the bejesus out of him for a second, and then also because at the same time Dano goes into a rage as he enters initiative as well, as he is quick-tempered. And we will start the next session with a little encounter.
Cool.
So we're gonna,
Fun.
all right, so let me. So you guys have the order. It's gonna be. Where I put? Oh shit. It's gonna be Booker. Then the other guys. Then Bessie. Then Zeke. Then Luca. Then Drace. Then Dano. Then coming up the rear.
Wilbur.
I will say that as you frighten Zeke, he kind of yells at the Wilbur and says, "Wilbur, maybe you should just stay in the truck." But the other guys have hopped out of the truck, and they'll have pistols drawn. They all have guns drawn. And that's where we're gonna end the session, guys.
Fun times.
I mean,